think I'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody shows up. Looks like we got one Barbara here so far. Feel free to share, Barbara, so that maybe some other people can see it that might not otherwise. Unfortunately, you'll probably hear me repeat that to the other people soon. Well, anyway, don't know if anyone's here because it says one. So maybe, Barbara, you're the only one. Maybe some other people will show up. But this was just an idea that I had that I felt like I wanted to do because I had some time tonight. Even though I finished that big painting, for some reason I had the desire to do this, which is hopefully going to be relatively simple. Oh, look, swipe left to see your viewers. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, anyway. So this is an illustration board. It's pretty thick, as you can see. Cold press illustration board. The same board I used to do the Bernie Wrightson tribute on, actually. And this also is going to be watercolor. This, though, is going to hopefully be less a matter of doing a whole lot of blending and more a case of just laying down some color and then leaving it so that it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's going to hopefully it's going to do what I want, and we'll see. I mean, I have some ideas that might involve some blending in some other areas, but the main part of it hopefully will just be laying down color and then leaving it. And this is the shot that I have that gave me the idea for it. Okay, so I think the first thing I do, like most of these things, I'm going to start on the face. Oh, I do need a little test strip here. And here's my big old palette, my big old messy palette, watercolor palette, anyway. I have my headphones on again, and right now it's the new Sufjan Stevens / Planetarium CD, and it's on shuffle with a whole bunch of other ones. So I know you're saying, hey, shut up, start painting. So that's what I'm gonna do. And yes, you're right, these are not the correct or local colors, but so what? And those of you who maybe just joined and wonder what this is what I'm going to try to do here. This is going to be a portrait of David Bowie, and obviously looking, as far as color goes here, a little different. Hopefully I can pull it together and make it work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this likeness is going to be quite what I want. Part of it is difficult because of the nature of the strange coloration I'm doing, but a large part of it is just getting all those proportions and everything right. Little things can really make a difference. Thanks, David, and thanks for sharing, people. Well, if nothing else, it'll be a fun painting. Okay, for those people who just joined, sorry if I'm boring the ones who who were here earlier, but this is going to be our attempt to be a strange portrait of David Bowie. Mark, you should have, well, I guess I didn't broadcast it. I just remembered. I just did that big Bernie Wrightson thing, and I didn't broadcast it because, number one, I knew it was going to take a long time. And two, I was somewhat apprehensive about doing it, so I decided not to broadcast my possible failure. Thanks, Monica. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know, this might not be the best one to watch for me. I don't know, because it's somewhat of an experiment. I don't know if it's going to work. We shall see. Gotta mix a darker blue here. So I'm mixing a little of this phthalo blue with some Payne's gray for the darker part here, and maybe some other parts I'll darken up a bit. I also don't know how much visual action I'm going to have in this dark area. Ideally, I wouldn't mind if it was totally flat, but it's not going to be. So, we'll see how interesting it's going to be, as in the Chinese curse of interesting. And I'm just going back and forth between these two brushes. One of them for some of the areas that need a little bit more care or precision, and then the other for the larger areas that can be done quicker, faster, without as much fiddling around. Normally I'd probably have some sort of like dripping thing going on in the middle of all this, but I don't think that I want that for this one. But just in case I want any dripping stuff, I will tip this so it goes down. See, that's why I have to use this brush, because that big one is starting to become a little bit too messed up at the end. I think I just got some paint on my face. That's what happens when you have two brushes in your hand and you stick one in your mouth to hold. These and many other technical tips can be found on my new DVD, Painting for Idiots. once I get this blue area done and I start adding some of the other colors, it will start to become a little bit more interesting to look at, I think. Thanks for that technical comment, Mark. You're always good for some good feedback. Everything. Oop. I'm on the verge of singing. Got Mark Eitzel in my earphones. Nothing, everything. Unfortunately, I only know the chorus. Or fortunately for you. Thanks, Ron. Got a little ways to go on this sucker, and like I say, it's somewhat of an experiment what I'm going to do here. And I'm doing this in watercolor, but I think I'm actually going to do this yellow in ink because I don't have to do any shading in it of any kind. Although I was going to not do any shading on any of it, well, that'll probably go by the wayside. But this yellow will hold its color a little bit better, I think. And actually is a different yellow that I think I want. It's a little bit less of an orange yellow and more of a bright yellow. And also, once this is on here and dry, it won't be affected by the watercolor next to it, at least not as much as watercolor would. And then once this shadow is going to be violet, once the violet's all around that yellow, it should pop pretty good. So while that's drying, I can go on to his hair. Time to paint his hair. you can't hear it in my headphones. Too bad. It's some really good Lisa Hannigan. Unfortunately, this is not looking as Bowie-esque as I hoped it would. Thank you, Anne. Appreciate that. And now I'm listening to the wonderful Tim Hardin. The Black Sheep Boy. Okay, so now I got to do this big violet area. That should be interesting. See you, Anne. Thanks for saying that, Anne. I appreciate it. I'm glad you can tell it's Bowie. Okay, time to tackle the violet. Now I need a third brush for these teeny tiny parts of this. What's going to be tough is maintaining any kind of regularity in all this violet watercolor. So I should probably just roll with it and not worry. Yeah, red, you're right. But you probably might have gotten it by just context and conjecture, because the likeness is not as good as I would like. I thought it'd be a little bit easier, but not quite what I wanted. Yeah, you're being too kind, but thanks. Now, I think I'm going to play with this yellow ink around the rest of them. We'll see how that goes. Yep, watch out, that purple's still wet. I think I need to get some fresh water real quick here. It's getting a little bit too messy. Alright, got that sucker done. Thanks, Red. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for anybody that came or is still here, for sharing, for watching, for commenting, contributing chocolate, and all that kind of stuff. These things never go exactly as I planned. I always say, I'm not going to do any rendering. I'm not going to do any blending. And then I just do it. Yeah, Aaron, that just sort of, I just sort of decided to do that when I did it. Not a lot of planning, but now that I've done it, I want to do a little bit added version of it here. I think I actually probably use this spatter stuff too often, but I don't know, sometimes I just feel like doing it. Oops. That's right. Yeah, Aaron, splatter is fun. But sometimes I think it can become a little bit too much of a gimmick or a crutch, and sometimes I think that's what happens to me when I use it. And right now I'm just trying to even out some of these shades of violet. And also integrate some of this jacket into the background so you don't see the edges so much. This one is almost done. It was meant to be just sort of like a fun little exercise, practice piece, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I think I'm going to leave this one alone. If I keep working on it, I'll probably maybe make it a little bit too mannered. I don't know. Too futzy. I don't know, I might do a little bit more on it, but hopefully not. Hopefully I will resist the urge. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. What's Aaron asking? Do you still draw for Magic the Gathering? No. I would like to, but they have sort of changed their needs and tastes over the years, and a lot of the earlier artists have sort of been left behind. I don't know how you want to say it. They just decided they wanted something else. I sent in a few things now and then to keep trying, but I don't want to look like I'm begging for work. So I send in stuff every now and then. Maybe if they get a new art director or something. But that's just the way this kind of business goes. So anyway, enough futzing. Ooh, but maybe, I think I want a little orange I can see somewhere here. And then maybe I'll be done. And why I want it there, I don't know if I could tell you. For some reason I just thought I did. And maybe right here. Okay, enough is enough. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll look for comments and stuff. Feel free to share, like I said. I appreciate it. And I'll probably do something tomorrow. Bye.